Okay, hello, how's everybody doing today? This is a training tutorial video on how to set up your Google AdWords account so you can start generating those incoming phone calls and getting these job forms in your inbox to start creating sales and commissions. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and type in ads.google.com. That's going to be the login link to log into your Google AdWords account or to create it as we're doing now. All right, so it'll bring you to this screen here. So we have to type in a Gmail email address. A Yahoo or Hotmail or any other email account will not work because your Gmail is associated with your Google AdWords account. So let's go ahead and type in your Gmail email address. So for this training, I went ahead and created one, master authorized dealer training at gmail.com. And go ahead and click next. We'll type in our password. All right, we'll click done. All right, wait for this to load up here. Here we go. So when you come to the screen, very important, you want to click experienced with Google Ads. Okay, a lot of people don't click this because they're either not experienced or they're afraid to click it. But very important, you have to click experienced with Google Ads so it will match up with this training video. So let's go ahead and click experienced. Wait for that to load up. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is click here where it says select a campaign type. We want to go ahead and hit search. Then the next thing we want to focus on is sales, of course. We're going to click sales. Then we're going to scroll down a little bit. Here, we're going to go ahead and click phone calls is what we want to focus on. So we're going to go ahead and type in your toll-free number that you should have already. And we're going to go ahead and hit continue. All right, so here it says campaign type. We want to go ahead and change this to Telecom campaign so we can easily identify it later. Okay, Telecom campaign. Let's go ahead and scroll down. So here under locations, we want to focus on the approved Frontier and Charter zip codes. Very important. We want to target everybody in the footprint. Okay, so we want to go ahead and hit custom. And then here we're going to click advanced search. The next thing we want to do is we want to click add locations in bulk. So here's where we want to copy and paste these zip codes. You'll see there it says 0 out of 1,000. So what that means is we can only copy and paste 999 at a time. If you do 1,000, actually it won't work. So we have to do 999 at a time. And there's 65,000 zip codes. So this will be the most time-consuming part of setting up your Google AdWords account. Just for this training, for training purposes right now, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste 999, which will be the first batch that we're going to copy and paste. And then we're going to circle back to this in a little bit once we get to the main control panel of the account, and we're going to go ahead and finish up the rest. But for now, let me just show you here what I'm doing behind the scenes. So you're going to receive this. This is the Frontier and Charter zip codes. So let's just scroll to the top. So you'll see here it says in column A, we have all of the Frontier zip codes. There's roughly 65,000 zip codes there. And in column B, these are the Charter zip codes. There's roughly, I forget how many, 10 or 15,000 approved zip codes in the Charter footprint. So again, the most important part of this whole thing is the targeting people in the Frontier and Charter zip codes. So this is the most important part, getting these zip codes into your Google AdWords account. And again, we're going to send this to you. This attachment will be in the blueprint email for you to quickly start copying and pasting the zip code. So I went ahead and copied the first 999. So let's push this over here to the side to my other monitor, and we're going to go ahead and click paste. So we've copied and pasted the first. There's a lot of duplicates, as you see, same zip code. So let's go ahead and hit search, and we'll wait for that to do its thing. All right, so it looks like there's 54 of 998 locations could not be matched. So you'll see here it doesn't allow you to save it just yet. So we have to click the button that says Target All. As soon as you hit target all, now it went ahead and inputted or imported those 999 zip codes minus those 54 duplicates, and now we're going to go ahead and click save. All right, so that's the first part of this, getting the approved zip codes in there. We're going to circle back. We're going to do the rest later, but for now, let's move on. So as you saw there, we put the first 999 zip codes that I copied and pasted from the Frontier and Charter approved zip codes. So first, you want to go ahead and copy and paste all the Frontier zip codes in, and then, of course, do the Charter. We're going to circle back to this in a little bit. Like I say, for now, we just went ahead and did the first batch. All right, so let's move on. We're going to scroll down. Make sure that you have the correct language set. Okay, so if you only speak English, you want to put English. If you speak Spanish, you'll check Spanish or whatever whatever language that you want to receive calls in. Okay, because you might want to target maybe English and Spanish speaking customers. If you do that, that's who's going to be calling you is English and Spanish speaking customers. Okay, so we'll just put English for the moment. Here it says budget. You want to start out with, we always say start out with at least 10 bucks a day. You're going to get more calls, obviously, that way. We have some people spending as much as $20 a day, but you really don't want to go over that because you will be flooded, inundated, and swamped with phone calls and job forms coming in. So you probably won't be able to handle it. You'll get 3, 4, or 5 calls all at the same time. So we always say take baby steps. Start out with like 10 bucks a day, and then you can gradually expand or scale it from there. Unless, of course, you have like a husband and wife type situation, both working the campaign, then you can up it to 20, and then you'll be able to handle the call volume that's going to pour in. All right, so we'll start with 10 bucks a day on the budget. Here you want to always, if you hit this drop down bar, you'll see you got a few choices, but you always want to go with clicks. And on the maximum CPC bid limit, that's cost per click bid limit, you want to type in 0.75. Now, you're not going to be spending 75 cents a click, but by putting that in there, what we're doing is we're tricking the search engine, tricking Google into getting higher rankings, to getting on the first page of Google with most, if not all, of your keywords, which we're going to import those in a little bit, which is actually the next step. You'll see here, step 3, setting up the key. Actually, yeah, we have to get to step 2, creating the ads, and then to step 3, setting up the keywords. So put 0.75 in there. You'll probably end up spending anywhere from 30 to 40 cents per click on average, which is pretty good. So when you do the math, spending 10 bucks a day, 30, 40 cents per click, you're going to end up with like 10 to 15 leads, maybe 20 leads, just depends on, like I say, the keywords and the clicks. And that's a lot, 20 calls coming in or a combination between phone calls and job forms, that's a lot of leads per day. All right, so let's go ahead and hit select a bid strategy. So you'll notice it's shaded out gray. This is the enhanced CPC box. Doesn't let you put a check mark in there as of yet because Google will be learning this campaign for a few days to a week. So not to say that you're not going to get calls immediately. I mean, it will happen as soon as you finish creating this whole thing and the ads get approved. You're getting phone calls usually within an hour. So it happens fast. But for it to really start cranking out tons of calls and job forms and it really starts to work well, it's going to be in a learning phase or a learning stage for about a couple of days to a week. So once Google has a chance to learn the campaign, that's when you want to come in here under settings and bidding, and you're going to put a check mark in this enhanced CPC box. So we're going to send you an email usually a week after you create your Google AdWords account. We'll send you an email to remind you. And what this is going to do is it's going to turbo boost the whole campaign. You're going to get a lot more clicks for less money per click. Then your cost per click usually drops down to like 20 to 30 cents per click. So again, getting the most bang for your buck, getting more clicks for less money, which is what we all want. So again, let me say it again. In about a week, once Google has learned the campaign, once the word learning disappears off of the control panel, which I'll show you that in a minute once we get past these 4 steps up here, we'll be logged into the main control panel. I'll show you where the word learning is. It's going to disappear once Google learns the campaign in a week, and that's when you come in and it will allow you to put that check mark there. Again, it's a turbo boost for the campaign. You're going to get more clicks for less money per click. So remember that. Come back in here, put the check mark here. Okay, again, we're going to send you an email to remind you. All right, so moving on, the call out extensions. So what this is it lets us put more text and more verbiage into the ad, which is what everybody wants. So let's go ahead and add the most important verbiage. The strongest verbiage we have is going to be no credit checks. No contracts, no deposits. And another good one is we can get you approved. So again, this is the strongest verbiage we have. You want to go ahead and type that into those call out extensions just like that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No credit checks, no contracts, no deposits. We can get you approved. We'll go ahead and hit save. And we're going to go ahead and continue, save and continue. All right, so the next part is we're going to go ahead and copy and paste the keywords that we sent you in the blueprint email. So let's go ahead and do that. You want to go to your email account where we sent you the blueprint email. If the email has been buried or you can't find it, just type in blueprint into your search box of your email and you can pull up the blueprint email that we sent you. You want to scroll down to step number 3 and you want to copy and paste those provider keywords that we sent you. So let me go ahead and do that now. All right, so I have the keywords here. We're going to copy and paste them in there. So you'll see here, starting with Frontier Communications, Dish Network, DirecTV, spelt correct and incorrectly because people spell it wrong, AT&T and so on, Bright House. All of the provider keywords, all the household names that people are typing into Google, of course, that's what we want to put here. We're going to get more keywords in a little bit once we get logged into the main control panel. I'm going to show you how to use the Google AdWords tool to get more relevant keywords, but we'll circle back to that in a little bit. But for now, we're going to go ahead and go ahead and copy and paste those provider keywords that we sent you in step 3 in the blueprint email. So once you've got those copied and pasted in there, we're going to hit save and continue. All right, so the next step is we're going to go ahead and create the ad. This is the call only ad. Okay, so there's 2 different ads. The first ad is the call only ad geared towards people's cell phones. The second ad that we're going to create, which we'll do that once we get logged into the main control panel, is geared towards people's tablets, laptops, and computers. And that's called the text only ad. So we're going to go ahead and do this twice. For right now, we're going to set up the call only ad, and then we'll circle back to the text only ad in a little bit. Again, once we get logged in to the main control panel. So here for the phone number, you want to put it just like the example. You want to have the area code in parentheses just like that, with the dash just like that. Make it match up with the example right there. So under headline 1, we want to type satellite TV, cable, plus internet. So it's very important you do it just like we're telling you. These are the main keywords, of course, of what our whole business revolves around. And the main keywords of the business has to go in headline 1. Very important for the algorithm, for Google, for when people search and find you. Again, I can't stress that enough. Do it exactly like we're showing you. Don't worry about anything getting saturated. There's 288 million people in the US, and again, millions of people are moving every single day. So everybody's phone rings off the hook all day long, even on Sunday if you want it to. We're going to show you how to create the ad scheduling in a little bit once we get logged into the control panel. So we'll circle back to the ad scheduling in a little bit. All right, so let's continue. Headline 2, you want to say up to 80% off. Obviously, we're trying to get their attention. $29.99 per month. So when I type that in, I'm specifically talking about Frontier. They offer the triple play for $89.99 a month, divided into the 3 services, TV, internet, and home phone service, which averages out to $29.99 per month per service. So that's how we're able to put that in there. The business name, you'll go ahead and type in your name. We'll go ahead and type in Empire Communications. Again, make sure to put your company name here. You don't have to be incorporated, of course, just like we mentioned on the for the Jotform. You're going to just make up a company name. It's just to look more professional. Customers are giving you their date of birth, their social, their sensitive personal credit card information. So you have to convey an image of professionalism, and you want to come across like a real business. So if you're not incorporated, that's fine. You don't have to be to do this. Just simply make up a company name. Most people use their last name and then communications after it. Okay. Again, just to look more professional. So under description line 1, so we have 90 characters to play with right here. So we want to say did you just move into the home? Okay, disconnected. We can help. We can help. Bundle packages available. So you'll see that fits perfect there, 86 out of 90 characters. So you want to go ahead and put that there. All right, and then description line 2, we got another 90 characters to play with. So we want to go ahead and put that most important verbiage that I was talking about earlier, the no credit checks, no contracts. I know we have it in the callout extensions, but the way those callout extensions are is they don't display all of them at once. They may put one in for one ad. They have some kind of algorithm where it's like going around in circles, and it'll put no contracts and then no deposits, and then another time the ad will populate. It'll say, no, or we can get you approved. Any one of those 4 callouts. So you never get all 4 callouts all at the same time. So that's another reason why we're putting them all in right here. So these are actually in the ad all the time. So no credit checks, no contracts, no deposits. We can get you approved. All right. And then we still got some more characters. We could put call us today. Call us today, period. So yeah, 84 out of 90 characters. So there we go. So that's what we all want. Of course, we're trying to get the most text, the most verbiage into the ad. So here, we're going to go ahead and put the display URL and the verification URL. So this is where we're going to copy and paste your Jotform URL that we created for you. So you'll see here, you should have received the Jotform URL. If you haven't received it as of yet, you need to send us your toll-free number, your company name. Again, you don't have to be incorporated. Just make up a company name. It could be anything relating to satellite, cable, TV, internet, anything that makes sense. Or you can use your last name and then communications after it. Okay, so once you send us your toll-free number, your company name, and which email address that you'd like these Jotforms to go to, again, the Jotforms are the red hot leads of the customers wanting to get connected for service. So you'll send us that information so we can create this for you. Okay, you're going to have this Jotform URL up here. So for those of you that have not sent us your toll-free number as of yet, you want to get on that because obviously you can't create the Google AdWords account without your Jotform URL, okay? And that's what they're asking for here. All right, so just to show you guys real quick, if you haven't seen this yet, this is what's going on Google. Just to get their attention, we got the $29.99 per month there, per service per month, no credit check. Again, just to get their attention, start saving your hard-earned money. Your toll-free number is going to go there. Cable TV, internet, and home phone service as low as $29.99 per month per service. With bundle, wow, no credit checks, no contracts, no deposits. Now, cut the cord. We're talking about satellite, of course, as low as $35 a month. Premium channels free for 3 months. We can get you approved where others can't. Call us today. Again, your toll-free number is there. And again, they're going to go ahead and just fill out their information, their name, their phone number, email address, home address, what they're interested in. This is great because this gives you a lot of ammunition when you call them back. So for the most part, like I would say 80% of the time, you're going to be getting phone calls. People just call you straight away. Usually when they fill out these Jotforms is when either A, they're at work, maybe from 9 to 5, and they can't really talk. So they're going to fill out the Jotform saying, hey, call me tonight between 5 and 8 p.m. They'll check off that box right there for you to call them back. Or maybe they're online, they're on the internet at like, I don't know, 1 or 2 in the morning, and they'll check off, hey, call me tomorrow between 9 and 12. So that's usually the reason why they fill out these Jotforms. But they'll check off what they want: satellite, internet, home phone, satellite only, cable TV only, internet, whatever they want, triple play. They're going to go ahead and check this off. So again, it gives you some ammunition when you're calling them back. You already know what they want because they've checked it off. And then a few questions here. Did you just move into the home looking for new service? Or you're just looking to save some money on your bill? They'll check off yes or no. And of course, on the disclaimer here, just acknowledging your company name to use the information and to contact them back via phone, email, et cetera, et cetera. So where it says your company name, again, your company name, we're going to customize this for you. So when we send you your Jotform URL, your company name will be in there. Your toll-free number will be here. And of course, these will be going right to your email address as soon as the customers fill them out. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this Jotform URL right up top. We're going to copy. We're going to go ahead and paste it right there. and paste it again right there. All right, so once you've got that done, we're going to go ahead and scroll down. You want to click Done and then Save and Continue. All right, so here we're going to go ahead and set up the billing. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video just for a moment so I can fill in my information here. You're going to add your credit card info. Usually they charge you $1 as a pre-authorization. You get that back within 72 hours. But you'll notice here they're going to charge you every 30 days when you reach your billing threshold, whichever comes first. So what they're saying is they're going to charge you a month later. So it's like they're giving you credit. So you're able to get clicks, sales, and earn commissions first before you have to pay for the advertising. And guys, the money you're spending in advertising here on Google is extremely minimal. It's insignificant in comparison to the commissions that you're earning. So don't worry about this. Go ahead and fill in your info. I'll be right back in a moment. All right, guys, so once you've submitted your credit card info, you'll see here it says, congrats, you're all done. Explore your campaign. So we're going to click Explore. All right, so here you'll notice you got all these buttons over here to the left. This is what we call the main control panel. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fine tune a few things. We're going to go ahead and add the zip codes that we need to get into the account and a few other things as well. So we're going to take it from the top. So the first thing we want to do is click Ads and Extensions. All right, so you'll notice here, this is the ad that we just created a little bit ago. You'll see there it says under review. This is the call only ad. Okay. Remember, I was talking about two different ads. The first ad is the call-only ad geared towards people's cell phones. And the second ad that we're going to create now is the text-only ad, which is geared towards people's laptops, tablets, and computers. This way, it doesn't matter what device the customer's on. They're going to type in the keyword. They're going to come to your ad. They're going to click and call you or fill out the job form. This way, we're reaching everybody. So that's the purpose for this. So you'll notice here, we're going to go ahead and click text ad. We've already done the call-only ad. Now we're going to do the text ad. All right. So we're going to do this again. We're going to go here, grab the URL, Jotform URL. We're going to go ahead and paste it right there. Go ahead and delete the extra HTTPS. There we go. So headline 1, again, we're doing the same thing as we did before. Satellite TV, cable, plus internet. So it fits perfect there, 30 out of 30 characters. Headline 2, up to 80% off, $29.99 per month. Headline 3, this is a little different than the other one. We're getting 30 characters here, so I would put, we can get you approved. And then down here, we got 90 characters and 90 characters. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the slack that we didn't, like the no contracts, no credit checks, no deposits. We're going to put that down here. So first, under description line 1, we'll put, did you just move into the home? We can help. Oh, hold on, I forgot something. Disconnected. Disconnected, we can help. Okay, bundle packages available. All right, perfect. So 86 out of 90 characters. And then down here, we want to go ahead and put the no credit checks, no contracts, no deposits. And we already got, we can get you approved up there. So we may want to put here, call us today to get connected. Or you can put call us today to get installed, either one. All right, perfect. So we're done with that. We're going to go ahead and, very important, do not click Save and Add Another. Do not click the blue button. We're going to click Save and Create Extensions. Once you do that, you'll come to this screen here. Don't worry about this. We're going to ignore this. We're going to scroll down. We're going to click Skip. Again, do not hit Save. Hit Skip. And by doing that, it automatically saves everything. So here we have both ads that we just created. You'll see here, let's scroll over. So they're both under review. You got the call only ad and you got the expanded text ad. Again, reaching everybody on, doesn't matter what device they're on, whether it's the cell phone, the tablet, laptop, computer, we're going to reach everybody by doing it this way. Okay, so very important you follow this exactly as we're showing you so you can get maximum exposure, maximum phone calls, job form, sales, commissions. All right, so just to tell everybody what this is for those of you that don't really understand what any of this means. So just to go over this, so you'll see the impressions. There's of course zeros, but once it starts rolling and they approve the ad, you're going to see this go into the hundreds and then into the thousands. So you're not charged for impressions. That's when people sees your ad with everybody else's ad. You're not charged anything for impressions. You're only charged for actual clicks when people click into the phone number to call you right from the ad, or they're going to click into the Jotform to fill out that lead for you to call them back. So that's when Google AdWords charges you, is when people physically click into the phone number to call you or click into the Jotform and start filling it out. Okay, just so you guys understand how you're charged. Here you'll notice it'll start to say average cost per click. Like I said, you should be averaging anywhere from 30 to 40 cents per click. Just depends on the keyword. So that's usually what you're going to see there. Even though we typed in the 0.75, remember, we do that just to trick the search engine to get higher rankings, to get more exposure. So very important. Type in the 0.75, but you'll notice here you'll start to see 30 to 40 cents is what you're actually spending, not 75 cents a click. So it'll be right around 30 to 40 cents a click. And then, of course, what the maximum cost that you'll be spending per day will be right there. Also, a cool feature, let me just show you guys while I'm here. You'll see there you can do different reporting right here. So you can set it up for like today. You could see yesterday. You could, play around with the reporting to see how many clicks you got yesterday, how many clicks you got for the week, and et cetera, et cetera. So just keep that up there in your back pocket so so you can monitor and see what's going on, moving forward. All right. So we're all set with doing the ads. The next thing we want to do, very important that you don't miss any of these steps, okay? You want to pause this video, go back and watch it again. You can't miss any of these steps because everything that I'm showing you is an integral, really, really important ingredient to getting the maximum exposure, getting the most phone calls, getting the most job forms, and of course, getting more sales and commissions. That's why we're setting this up like this, okay? So let's go ahead and hit here where it says extensions. So you'll notice these are the call out extensions that we did earlier. You'll see, of course, it's still under review. We want to click the plus sign right there. Okay, and we have to add the call extension. So not to confuse the call out with the call extension. The call out extensions are what we've already done. Now we're going to add the call extension, which is your toll-free number. Okay, so again, setting it up just like you see there in the example. Okay, type it in just like that. Okay. Remember, one of your ads has the phone number in it, the other ad does not. So that's the reason for this little trick, this call extension that we're adding. We're adding this to the other ad that doesn't have the phone number in it. So don't miss this step, very important. So now you'll notice we've got the 4 call out extensions that we added, and now we have the call extension, which is your toll-free number, and everything is under review. So all this gets approved at the same time simultaneously. All right, so let's go back to where we were. The next thing we want to do is we're going to go here to keywords. Okay, don't worry about the other buttons. I'm going down the list. I'm just hitting the most important things and everything that you need to do to get this optimized where you're getting the most phone calls for the least amount of money. That's the goal here. So let's go ahead and hit keywords. All right, so you'll notice these are all the keywords that we copy and pasted earlier into the Google AdWords account, right? These are the household names. These are the provider names that everyone's typing into Google to arrive at your ad. But we want to use the Google AdWords tool to get more relevant keywords. So we're going to hit the plus sign right there. Okay. And now we're going to click Telecom campaign. And now we're going to click Ad Group 1. Okay. Once you do that, you'll see the Google AdWords tool in the bottom right-hand corner going to work. So it's populating all different types of keywords that we're going to go ahead and add to the account. So for example, Cox, we sell Cox Communications. We want to go ahead and add AT&T. All right, we want to go ahead and add, I'm cherry picking now, just going down the list, and we're adding these. As soon as you click on Frontier TV, as soon as you hit the plus sign, it's automatically adding them over here to the left, adding it to the account. We're going to add Xfinity. We sell Xfinity. Charter Spectrum TV, we sell that. Okay, so we want to really cherry pick and click the most relevant keywords. I would add this, ATT. This is Google knows best. Google knows, how many, what people are doing and what they're typing in into the search engine. So that's what we're doing here. Charter Communications, Spectrum, that's a good one. Really, anything relating to the provider keywords is what you want to add to the account. AT&T is good. Satellite TV services, that's a good one. So let's hit see more. And we'll just scroll down. So Charter Internet, we sell. That's a good one. Frontier Telephone Service, we can add that. Comcast TV, we can add that. Charter Cable, AT, 7T, Wireless, I wouldn't add that one. Comcast Internet, that's a good one. Charter Cable TV. Now, very important, we do not want to add anything with the word my in it. Like you see how it says my DirecTV, that's going to bring customer service related calls, and that's what we don't want. So we're going to go past that. TV satellite dish, that's a good one. Dish Internet, that's good. Satellite television's good. Charter Spectrum is good. AT, ET, that's good. Comcast Cable, that's good. Add that. Frontier Fios, that's a good one. So this might be a little different on your end. Every time, people create Google AdWords accounts, it scrambles up the keyword. So it's not going to be identical over here. So you want to just use your best judgment. Again, don't add anything with the word my in it, or don't add anything with the word service in it, because that's going to bring customer service related calls. All right. So new dish, that's okay. Dish company, that's good. Direct sports TV, that's good. All right, let's hit see more. Really, you only want to do this maybe 3 or 4 times going down the list. You don't want to add too many keywords because that's going to hurt the overall quality score of the campaign, which is what the Google AdWords specialists tell us. So you want to be right around 60 to 70 keywords. You really don't need any more than that. Spectrum Cable TV, Time Warner is good. Let's see, let's scroll down a little more. Satellite network, network packages. Dish TV packages. All right, so that's good. So let's go ahead and add all those. So once we've done that, we're going to scroll down and we're going to click Save. All right, so now we've added all those extra keywords into the account. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see we got 65 right there. So that's a good number. You want to be right around anywhere from 60 to 70 keywords. Again, you don't want hundreds and hundreds of keywords. The Google AdWords specialists tell us it hurts the overall score, quality score of the campaign. So stay between 60 to 70 keywords. Very important. Okay. All right. So now that we got the keywords done, we're going to scroll down to settings. All right. And now you'll see, remember I was talking about earlier, it's going to say learning for about a week. You'll get calls in about an hour or two from now. As soon as Google approves the ad, the phone calls start coming in, Jotforms start coming in. But when it gets really busy is when the word learning disappears off the control panel. So, don't be discouraged if you get only a few calls here, a few calls there, and then tomorrow it gets a little busier. It'll get busier and busier every day until this word learning disappears. Okay, so we want to click Telecom campaign, and now we want to click bidding. So understand how I got here. All right, I notice here that it says your account is suspended, detected suspicious payments. The reason why is because we have several Google AdWords accounts, so I think we're using the same credit card info. I created another AdWords account just for this training, so that's why that popped up, but that won't be happening in your account, assuming you're doing it for the first time. So disregard that red bar up there. All right, so we'll go here to bidding, maximize clicks, and this is where we're going to put that check mark in the enhanced CPC box. Again, this is a turbo boost to the campaign. It's going to get a lot busier. So again, to recap how I got here, we're going to click settings and then bidding. Okay, and then put that check mark right there and hit save. You're going to do this in about a week once this word learning has disappeared off the control panel. Okay, again, we're going to send you an email to remind you so you don't forget to do that. All right, so let's scroll down. The last thing we want to do is we're going to click, there's 2 more things left, add scheduling and then getting all those zip codes into the account, most importantly. So let's click add schedule. So you'll see the way it's set up to run right this second is it's running 24/7. We don't want it running throughout the night while we're sleeping. So we want to set the time for the ads to run. Thereby, you're controlling the phone calls coming in and the hours that you want to work. So we're going to go ahead and click there. So you'll notice here you can hit this drop down bar. We can set it Monday through Friday, whatever time that you want. We can set this up for Saturday. And then also, even if you wanted to work Sunday, you can. The calls pour in on Sunday. So Monday through Friday, let's go ahead and you can do 9 to 5. You could do 12 to 8. You could do 9 in the morning and 9 at night if you're a diehard, super motivated, hungry, ready to make some money. More hours you work, more phone calls are coming in, and the more calls you're going to get. All right, so let's go ahead and set this up. Let's say from 9 o'clock a.m. and we'll put 9 o'clock p.m. Okay, Monday through Friday. Saturday, let's say you wanted to do 12 p.m. to 5, or whatever schedule you wanna work. That's what you're putting here. Sunday, you could do the same thing if you wanted. 12 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. There we go. All right, so we got 9 to 9, 12 to 5, 12 to 5. We'll click Save. So you'll see here if you hover your mouse over the blue box, just to make sure you got it set up right, Monday through Friday, the ads are going to be running, phone calls are going to be coming in. 9 to 9, Monday to Friday, 12 to 5, 12 to 5, Saturday and Sunday. So you can always go back and edit this if you want to change it. You just click the pencil, the edit button right there, and you can go right back and adjust it the way you want. All right. Okay, guys, so the last thing we need to do is get all of those zip codes into this account for Frontier and Charter. This is the most time-consuming thing. Even if it takes you another hour to do this, it's just a one-time thing. Once you get these zip codes in there, you don't have to do it again. But this is the most important part of the entire Google AdWords setup, is we have to target the consumers, the customers in the Frontier and Charter footprint, okay? So the way we do it is we click locations, and then we're going to click the little blue circle there, the edit button. So as soon as we click that, you'll notice these are the zip codes that we put in earlier. Remember, we did the first 999, and I said I was going to circle back. So now's the time that we're going to go ahead and add the rest. So there's roughly 65,000 zip codes in the Frontier footprint, and there's also roughly, I believe, 10 or 15,000 zip codes in the Charter footprint. So we need all of those zip codes into this account. So like I said, even if it takes you another hour to do it, just turn the TV off, lock yourself up in your office or your room, and just stay on your computer to get these zip codes in there. It may be a little tedious, but you got to get it done. So let's go ahead and do that. So you'll notice here, just to swing this back over here, these are the Frontier zip codes and the Charter zip codes. We already did the first 999. So I'm just going to scroll down to where we left off earlier. There we go. So you'll see here, we're going to start with 1,000. Let me grab that. There we go. So we're going to go from here all the way down to 1,998. Remember, you can only do 999 at a time. So, and again, you're going to have a copy of this in your blueprint email in the attachment. So you'll have the approved zip codes. So we're going to scroll down, and we will stop at 1,998. There we go. Because again, we can only do 999 at a time. All right, so I went ahead and copied that. So let me push this over to the side. So now we're going to go ahead and click Add Locations in Bulk, just like we did before. Okay. Now here, we're going to go ahead and paste them in. So we've just pasted the next 999. We're going to click Search. Okay, and you'll see it's doing its thing, it's thinking. All right, so it looks like 224 duplicates or whatever. I could see the same zip code there, but go ahead and put, once you got that done, you'll see here. All right, 1 second. So we want to click Target All. All right, so let's go ahead and delete there. So we're going to go ahead and hit Target All. So as soon as you click that, now we're able to save it. All right, so now you got the next batch in there, you see? All right, so again, we're going to do it again. I'm going to do it a few times here so you guys get in the habit of what I'm doing, because you got to get these zip codes. This is the most important part. This is the last part of the whole thing, is getting these zip codes in the account. We're going to do it one more time, and then I think you guys can handle the rest by just copying and pasting 999 at a time. First, you want to do the Frontier zip codes, which is in column A, and then you want to circle back and do the Charter approved zip codes, which is in column B. Okay, so here's where we left off. You could always tell where you left off because it'll look just like this, where you highlighted it and copied and pasted it. So we'll start there. We'll go for 2000, and we'll take it down to 2,997. And you'll see the numbers right over here to the left. So you got the numbers, they're numbered to the left, and then the zip codes right after it. So we'll scroll down to 2,997. Almost there, 2,997. Okay, there we go. So we got the next batch, the next 999. So I went ahead and copied it. And we're going to go ahead and click the edit button again. We're going to click add locations in bulk. We're going to paste the next batch of zip codes. We're going to click search. Okay, you'll see it's thinking, it's doing its thing there. All right, so you got those. Now we're going to click, yeah, so that's in there ready to go. So now we're going to click save. All right, and then it just put them in there. All right, and just one more time, just so you guys see how to do it. Click the edit button again. All right, let me swing this over here. So this is where we left off, 2,998. We're going to scroll down. We're going to stop at 3,997. Just grabbing the next batch of zip codes. You'll see there's a lot of duplicates here, so just keep on doing what I'm doing and get all these zip codes in the account. Again, it's extremely important to target the footprint where Frontier and Charter services. All right, so let's stop right here, 3,009. Let's stop there, 3,997. We will copy. And now, remember, we're going to click Add Locations in Bulk. We simply paste the zip codes there. We click Search. You'll see it's thinking and doing its thing. And we want to click Target All. Okay, and then we're going to click Save. Okay, very important to hit that Target All button. All right, guys. All right, guys, so that is how you import the zip codes. Again, I can't stress enough, very important. Get all of those approved zip codes in there for Frontier and for Charter. You'll notice here they've already approved one of my ads, and this ad is still under review. So usually it takes about an hour or less for them to approve the ads, and then the calls will start to come in, and then the Jotforms are going to come in as well. So this concludes the Google AdWords training video. Stay tuned for the next training video on Facebook. I would highly recommend you implement Facebook into your strategy as well. However, Google AdWords will keep you plenty busy, but if you really want to just light up your phones and have calls coming in from both directions, we definitely recommend doing Google AdWords with Facebook together. All right. If you need anything else, please give us a call. Other than that, let's all have an extremely profitable year and let's make some money. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.